Hello, this is Ron Nutter, and this is Tech Bites with Ron Nutter, day one of the Cisco Networkers Conference. Today, thanks to the folks at Cisco Press Relations, and specifically Jamie Shoup, I've been able to speak with one of the authors. Today started out with Patrick Gargano, the author of the newly released 31 Days to CCNA Security. Now, he was very specific up front, and I want to make sure that everybody else understands this. This is not a one book, get your certification. This is to help you get past it. He specifically wrote it because he teaches this class, and sometimes his students aren't able to immediately take the exam, and there's the little things that sometimes that you won't remember. So this is a good book as one of the tools to get your certification. And even if you've just come out of class, you'll probably find some things in this book that will help you. Now, on to Patrick.
Okay, now I'm in the Cisco bookstore again, and this time I've got Patrick Gargano with me, and you are the author of 31 Days, and let's go show your book here, page to get your CCNA security. Now, okay, now you say you can do it in 31 days.
Well, yeah.
What to get this, what should the buyer of the book, what should they be expecting to put in to get the most results out of it?
Right. So this would not be your first source of study material. I've been teaching for a long time, and what I've noticed with my students is, they take a class with me for a semester, so we're together for 3-4 months. So they get a good, solid understanding of all the concepts, and then they can't do the exam right away, so they have to wait 6 months, or they want to wait till the summer to do the exam. And they tend to, forget the little details. And so I guess the point of this book was to allow them to quickly kind of just break it down in small chunks. Every day, an hour or two, having a look at some of the concepts. And what's neat this year is that we have an online version with, I'm not sure if you're familiar with Packet Tracer, which is...
yes, even though anybody who's been to Cisco Academy knows about Packet Tracer, and of course now it's publicly available.
Yes.
Thanks to Cisco for doing that, because that's how better to get the right training tools out there.
So it's a neat little, it's a neat simulation tool. And so I've created Packet Tracer activities for some of the chapters, so it's a little hands-on. You get obviously exam questions and exam simulations with this as well. But again, the whole point was to just allow the student to hit all of the exam topics. So important, and make sure that they're comfortable with each one of those topics, and just to kind of ramp up within a month to the exam.
Because you never know, having taken the exam myself, you never know the kind of questions you're going to have, because you may have one batch this time, but the next time you could be having something totally different. So it's important to be well-rounded, not just for the exam, because more employers are starting to test people and actually ask questions that you might see on an exam. We're very close to it. I know when I got my last job, they asked me, well, where's the configuration file on a router saved? And I went, because that's not one that you would normally think about.
Yeah, no, I know. And this is the new version, so it's a new exam code. Obviously, you're expecting that the pool of questions that they're pulling from for the exam, some of them will be some of the older questions, but they keep coming out with new questions as well. So it's important for me as an author to sit down regularly with this exam and have a look at it to get a sense of what kind of questions they're asking. When we write this book, we're obviously basing ourselves on the blueprint, the exam blueprint that's available publicly on the Cisco website. But the people working on the exam, there's like a firewall between the authors and the exam people. And so it's hard to sometimes make sure that we're hitting all of the right topics, but with that blueprint, kind of almost give it.
And the blueprint is, anytime you're studying for exam, is always a good thing to have with you. Use it as a checklist, if nothing else, to make sure you aren't missing something. And if you go through a book and it doesn't have as much detail, or you're not getting concepts, look for other things. But I mean, Patrick this is one of those books that is going to be a good thing for you to have in your repertoire. Like you said, this is just one of the tools that you need to have. And at the end of the video, there will be a link on where you can get the book. Now, if you're here at the conference, get the book. If you don't have your CCNA security, get the book while you're here. And if you're not able to be at the conference, I will have a link at the end of the video where you can get a copy of it and get your studying started.
Thank you.
Well, Patrick, thank you very much for your time, sir.
And good luck on your exam.
Well, folks, we've come to the end of that interview. I really appreciate the time Patrick spent with me. I want to make sure I specifically mention this is for the 3.0 version of his book. This one has just come off the presses. It may not be available on the website just yet. Be watching for that. It should have a release date of July 2016. If you're here at the conference, please stop by and get a copy of this book. If you're interested at all going for the certification, it's a very good tool to have. And if you're not able to come to the show, then please order this copy. But again, make sure that it is the 3.0 copy, and hopefully here in the next few days, the websites will start reflecting that. But that's something, this literally came straight from the publisher to the show. Appreciate your listening to this, and there will be more videos to come. Screw that one.